والصلاة والسلام على رسوله الكريم وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. I welcome all of you with the Islamic greetings. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Meaning, may the peace, mercy and blessings of Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be on all of you. The topic of my talk is music and insight. Music has become an integral part of the society today that we live in. In fact, most of the commodities that we buy from the market, it consists of music. For example, the mobile that we buy, it has music. And further, if the channels that we watch, it has music. The toys that we bring for our children, it has music. And the cartoons that our children watch, it has music. So let us try to analyze, what does the glorious Qur'an say about music? I started my talk by reciting an ayah from Surah Luqman, Surah number 31, ayat number 6, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَمِنَ النَّاسِ مَنْ يَشْتَرِي لَهْوَ الْحَدِيثِ لِيُضِلَّ عَنْ سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ بِغَيْرِ عِلْمٍ وَيَتَّخِذُهَا هُزُوًا أُولَٰئِكَ لَهُمْ عَذَابٌ مُّهِينٌ. And amongst the men they are who buy vain talks, idle talks, in order to lead the people away from the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, بِغَيْرِ عِلْمٍ, without knowledge. And they take the ayats of the Qur'an, they take the commands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, huzwa, as a mockery, in a way of mockery. For them, Allah says, for them is a humiliating tournament. From this ayah, it is very clear that Allah is saying that there are men who buy vain talks. Vain talks to take the people, to lead the people away from the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So what is the vain talk that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is referring to? The scholar of the ummah, that is Ibn Abbas radiallahu anh, he says that the vain talks referred over here, it means singing. And Mujahid rahimullah, he says that this means musical instruments. Hasan al-Basri rahimullah, he says that by this ayah was revealed with concerning to singing and musical instruments. As such, it is clear in this ayah that what Allah means by the idle talks, that people buy idle talks to lead the people away from the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it is singing and the musical instruments. Further, if we read Surah Bani Israel, Surah number 17, ayat number 64, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He is saying to shaitan, and befool the people, befool those whom you can from amongst them with your voice. Now, when Allah is saying, has revealed to us in the Quran that shaitan will use his voice to lead us astray from the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we need to understand, what does that voice mean? What does Allah mean by the voice of shaitan? Mujahid rahimullah, he says, when Allah is saying, and befool them gradually of those whom you can from amongst them with his voice, it is referring to singing. And as such, from these two ayats, and even if we read Surah Najm, Surah number 53, ayat number 59 to 61, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, and you are amused, you are amazed by this recitation, meaning the Qur'an, and you laugh at it, and you weep not, and you waste your time by pastime and amusement. If we analyze, Allah is saying that there are people who laugh at the glorious Qur'an. They are amazed by the Qur'an, but they laugh at it. But they are not weeping. They weep not. They cry not listening to the ayahs of the Qur'an. And they pass their time by amusement. And Ibn Abbas radiallahu anh, he says that the amusement referred here is singing. From all the ayahs that I have presented to you, that I have put forth, it is very clear that the singing and the musical instruments are from whom? From shaitan, the accursed one. And I have I have collected few of the lyrics of the singers that are very popular today. And their lyrics and their songs and their singings and their music, it proves and it affirms that it is shaitan from whom the singing comes from. Obviously, I won't name the name of the artist, but it is enough for us to understand, and it is from the lyrics are from the singers who are very common at the present time. One woman singer, she says, "You are the devil in disguise." She is saying, "You are the devil in disguise. That's why I am singing the song to you." It is an amazing point. How many Muslims are listening to the songs like this? And they are ignorant of this fact that they are saying it very clearly in their lyrics that they are worshipping shaitan. There is another famous singer. He writes in his music, in his lyrics, "You sold your soul to the devil. Do I need to remind you?" The shaitan is speaking to the singer, and it is saying him, and this singer, he's writing in his lyrics, shaitan is talking to him, and he's saying that shaitan is reminding him that you have given up your soul and you have sold it to the devil. You want to remind that to you? Further, there is the last, not the least. This person, this singer, he says, "Even sell your soul to the devil. Even sell my soul to the devil." I am asking, how many Muslims are listening to the songs of these singers, thinking they are good, and they are openly saying that they are worshippers of devil. These people, they say they have given up their souls to shaitan, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says in the Qur'an, in Surah Tawbah, Surah number 9, ayah number 111, that إِنَّ اللَّهَ اشْتَرَى مِنَ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ أَنفُسَهُمْ وَأَمْوَالُهُمْ لَهُمُ الْجَنَّةِ. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He has bought from the believers their lives and properties for Jannah. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He is promising paradise, whereas these people who are following the shaitan has promised them nothing. It is a mirage, but he leads them to the hellfire. Oh Muslims, it is for us to know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He has promised Jannah for us, and Allah is not unjust. Allah does never backs his what He has promised. Further, if we need to analyze that how the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam and the companions, they used to react when they heard the music. When they used to hear the music or come across it, they used to react. But in our present times, we do not react when we listen to the music. We must have the effect in our hearts that this is something evil. For example, it is mentioned in the hadith in Sahih al-Abi Dawud that al-Nafi, he said, Nafi rahimullah, he said that Ibn Abbas radiyallahu anhu, when he heard the wooden instrument, he put his finger into his ear and he walked away from the path. He walked away from the path and he said, "Oh Nafi, do you hear something?" He said, "No." Then he took out his finger and he said, "When I was with the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam and he heard something like this, he did the same thing." Look at how the Prophet and his companions are reacting to the music. They do not want to hear it. They don't want to run away from it, because indeed this is from shaitan. It takes people away from the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Ibn Mas'ud radiyallahu anhu, he said that the hearts are like vessels. The hearts are like vessels. So fill the vessel with Qur'an and nothing else. How many people are there who fill their vessels with music and they cannot hear the words of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? And how many youngsters are there who fill their hearts with music, and when the Qari is reciting the ayats where Allah's punishment is said, and it doesn't touches him, it doesn't move him, he does not cry because music is in his mind. How many people are there who go and pray salah in the masjid, but still their mind is full of music and they have no profit of what they are praying in salah. many people, they say that when they listen to the music, it soothes it gives them a soothing sensation. For Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says in Surah Ra'd, Surah number 13, ayat number 28, Ala bi zikrillahi tatma'innul qulub. Ala bi zikrillahi tatma'innul qulub. It is indeed in the remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that the hearts find peace. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He uses Allah, it means indeed, there is no doubt in this, that the remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it brings peace to the hearts. How many people are deluded away with the music? They say that they get soothing effect, but it is short-lived and it is empty from inside. But what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is calling towards is the remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which brings tranquility and makes his life blessed in this world and in the hereafter. So it is our responsibility today to understand that we need to change the tones of our mobiles if it is of music. We need to check if the toys that we are buying for our children, it has music or it doesn't have. We need to free our houses from music, because where music is played, the angels do not come, but the devils dwell in that place. And if we do not want to be in those places where the devils they reside, we want to be at places where Allah's blessings come down. We would like to be at places where the angels are coming down. We do not want to be at places where the devils reside. And as such, we need to understand that it is the glorious Qur'an which can change this all. It is the power of the glorious Qur'an with which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala changes our lives. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He mentions the power of the glorious Qur'an in Surah Hashr. لَوْ أَنزَلْنَا هَذَا الْقُرْآنَ عَلَى جَبَلٍ لَرَأَيْتَهُ خَاشِعًا مُتَصَدِّعًا مِنْ خَشْيَةِ اللَّهِ وَتِلْكَ الْأَمْثَالُ نَضْرِبُهَا لِلنَّاسِ لَعَلَّهُمْ يَتَفَكَّرُونَ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says, and if we would have sent down the Qur'an on a mountain is a huge one. It is so strong, and a man is very tiny in front of the mountains. But when Allah is sending down the Qur'an, the whole of mountain, in humility to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it crumbles, it crushes, it turns into pieces with the fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Allah is saying, and we put forth these kind of examples in order that people may reflect. It is for us to understand the power of the glorious Qur'an. For that is it is the glorious Qur'an which will change our lives. It is the glorious Qur'an which will bring changes in our lives, and it will make peace, it will bring blessings with it in this life and in the hereafter. I would like to conclude my talk by reciting an ayah from Surah Hadid, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, haven't the time come for the hearts of the believers to have an effect when the reminders of Allah is given to them? Wa akhiru da'wana anil hamdulillahi rabbil alameen.